All right, this is the contact section of GroupThinq. In here is where you set up all the contacts that will be accessed across projects and invoices. You start by either adding a new contact or being able to search under any existing contacts. So I can go in and type, for instance, University of Dartmouth. That selects that existing contact. I can also search by a project name. So if I have a number of projects, I can go directly to that client by searching for the project rather than by the name of the client. As in all GroupThinq sections, if you see this little blue triangle, that's a section tutorial. It will give you a tutorial on how this section works. When you're setting up the contact for GroupThinq, there's a number of categories you need to select, whether it's they're actually a client or they might be a supplier for a project, or in the case of construction or design companies, you might have them as contractors. You also want to go in and select what type of client they are. In this case, this is a university client, so it's an institutional client. You can edit these categories up in the admin section of GroupThinq. Of course, there's some address information that you might want to add about the client, their phone number and address. If there's a representative that's a contact for that client type, you can add a number of different representatives in here. Just start typing in the field, or you can click to add a new one. Always make sure you've got their email address in there. If you want to hold any notes about the client, you can click on the notes section and add, for instance, if you've got somebody that's a contact that you regularly deal with, you might want to add that to the notes section. Of course, when you're finished adding this information, click Save. If you scroll down, there's another tab bar which has the client financials. So these are a list of all the projects that you're working on with that client. So in this case, there's 3 different projects that are being worked on. It gives you generally the status, the fees for the project, so you have a sense of how much that client has been billed over a number of different project types and how many projects you actually have active. You can also go in and click on the client invoices and see a list of invoices. So it looks like there was one invoice that was created here. There's a filter. I can go in and filter by invoice number or invoice date. If you want to filter down, if there was, for instance, hundreds of different invoices in here, you might want to search through. So that's the way that generally works. And of course, it keeps track of how many, the average days it takes for that client to pay a job. So there's a report where you can go in and look at the clients to see which ones are paying on time and which ones aren't. So that's generally, it's one of the more easy sections of GroupThinq under contacts. And these are all the contacts that you're going to use to set up a project in GroupThinq.